Picture this, an SUV so over-engineered it could probably survive a zombie apocalypse. Yet it's so underrated your neighbor doesn't even know it exists. Stick around, because by the end of this, I'm dropping the name of this hidden gem that families are quietly obsessed with, and it's gonna blow your mind. I'm a guy who's been elbow-deep in engine grease since I was old enough to hold a wrench, and this channel's all about that raw, unfiltered love for car stories that make your heart race like a V8 at full throttle. Today, we're diving into a machine that has got more soul than a classic muscle car and more brains than a spaceship. Buckle up, let's hit the road. This isn't just any SUV. This is the kind of rig that makes you rethink what a family hauler can be. Back in the day, SUVs were just jacked-up trucks with bad manners. Think early Explorers or Cherokees, rattling your teeth out on a dirt road. But this one, it's like someone took a Swiss watch, gave it four-wheel drive, and said, "Go make families happy." We're talking engineering so obsessive it's borderline nuts, like the Germans and Japanese got into a room, argued for a decade, and came out with a masterpiece. It's got a chassis that feels like it was carved from a single block of steel, suspension that hugs the road like it's in love, and a powertrain that's smoother than a jazz saxophonist on a Saturday night. But it's not just about the tech, it's the stories this thing tells, the way it makes you feel when you're behind the wheel. Let's paint a picture. You're loading up the kids, the dog, enough snacks to survive a cross-country trip, and maybe a kayak or two. Most SUVs would groan under the weight, but this one, it's like, bring it on. The interior's a sanctuary. Think leather that smells like it was hand-stitched by angels, and tech that makes you feel like you're piloting a starship. But here's the kicker, it's not trying to show off. It's not some flashy bejingeneered poser with a logo that costs more than your house. This SUV's got humility, like a guy who bench presses 300 pounds but wears a loose flannel to hide it. And that's what makes it underrated. People overlook it for the usual suspects, the Tahoes, the X5 South, the fancy crossovers with TikTok hype. Big mistake. Let's talk history for a sec, because this thing's got roots. Its maker's been building tanks disguised as family cars since the 90s, back when over-engineered meant something. Remember the old Land Cruisers? Bulletproof, right? This SUV's cut from that same cloth, but it's evolved like if a T-Rex grew wings and learned to parallel park. The engineers didn't just slap together some parts and call it a day. They obsessed over every bolt, every weld, every line in the bodywork. There's a story I heard from a buddy who works at the plant. They spent 6 months tweaking the door hinges just to get that perfect thunk when you close them. That's the kind of insanity we're dealing with, and it pays off. This thing's got a reliability record that makes Hondas jealous, and it'll still be hauling your grandkids when most SUVs are rusting in a junkyard. Now, let's get to the fun stuff driving it. You fire up the engine, and it's not some gutless four-cylinder wheezing like it's got asthma. This one's got a heart, maybe a V6 or a turbo inline-4, tuned to purr like a contented lion. You hit the gas, and it moves with purpose, not like it's trying to win a drag race, but like it knows exactly where it's going. Take it off-road, and it's a beast crawling over rocks, like it's strolling through a park. But here's the weird part. It's just as happy carving up a twisty back road as it is hauling groceries. It's like if a minivan in a rally car had a baby, and that baby grew up to be a genius. I took one through the mountains last summer, and I swear, it felt like the SUV was reading my mind every turn, every shift, pure telepathy. Price. Look, it's not cheap, but it's not gonna make you sell your kidney either. You're probably looking at 45 to 60 grand, depending on the trim. Think mid-range, not Iona yacht territory. That's a steal for what you're getting. A rig that's built to last a lifetime, packed with features like adaptive cruise control, a panoramic roof, and enough safety tech to make you feel like you're driving a tank with a PhD. Release date. Most of these are already out there, with new trims dropping every year, or so. Check the lots in early 2026 for the latest refresh. Features. You've got everything from heated seats to a heads-up display that makes you feel like you're in a fighter jet, but it's also intuitive. You don't need a computer science degree to figure it out. Here's a wild comparison for you. This SUV's like the Steve McQueen of cars. It's cool without trying, tough as nails, and everybody loves it once they get to know it. Unlike those overpriced luxury crossovers that scream for attention, this one's got quiet confidence. It's the kind of ride you'd see parked outside a dive bar or a soccer game, and it looks right at home in either spot. And the stories people tell about it. I heard about a guy who drove 300,000 miles, never changed anything but the oil, and it still ran like it was fresh off the line. Another family swore theirs saved their lives in a blizzard when lesser SUVs would spun out and cried for mama. That's the kind of legacy this thing's building, 1 mile at a time. So, what's the catch? Why is it underrated? Simple, it doesn't have the hype machine. No celebrity endorsements, no Super Bowl ads, just a damn good SUV, doing its job better than most. People get suckered by shiny badges or trendy designs, and they miss the real deal sitting right there on the lot. But families who know, they're loyal like it's a cult. They'll tell you it's the only SUV they trust to haul their kids. kids, their gear, their dreams, across the country, or just to the grocery store. Alright, the moment you've been waiting for. The name of this beast. It's the Toyota 4Runner. Yeah, I know. Some of you gearheads out there were probably yelling it at the screen 5 minutes ago. But for the rest of you, this is the SUV that's been hiding in plain sight. It's not perfect, it's a little old school, drinks gas like it's at a frat party, but it's got heart, guts, and a knack for making every drive feel like an adventure. If you're looking for a family hauler that's over-engineered to hell and back, this is it. As we roll to a stop here, I want you to think about something. The one car you'd trust to take you anywhere. No questions asked. Is it the flashy new crossover with a million TikTok likes? Or is it something like the 4Runner, built to outlast us all? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this with your car-crazy friends, and let's keep the conversation revving. I'm out, but I'll see you on the next ride. Stay greasy, stay passionate, stay driven.